Picture a place insulated from the noise of the world, an ancient Indian forest hermitage wrapped in the quiet of dusk. But even here, there is conflict. Biplob argues that his kingdom's ancient rituals are the only valid way to reach the divine. Beside him, Aman insists the opposite. He believes that strict adherence to absolute religious laws is the supreme path. And then there is Yosef, who defends the idea that pure, unyielding devotion is the only true religion, and everything else is a distraction. What starts as a debate quickly spirals into a fierce ideological clash. It is the same friction that continues to fracture our modern world today. The argument stops only when the resident guru steps out of his meditation hut. He doesn't raise his voice. He simply holds up an ancient, glowing manuscript. He tells them they are fighting over an illusion. The things they are defending are not actually Dharma at all. They are merely mud, opinions, and paths. To explain, the guru opens the manuscript to point toward a specific distinction in the text. He points out a law of nature. The inherent property of fire is to provide heat and to burn. You cannot separate the heat from the flame. That inescapable property is its true Dharma. For a human being, that inseparable property is their connection to the Supreme Being, the Param Purush. It is the life force that sustains their existence. You cannot be separated from what keeps you alive. The manuscript defines this rule clearly. The Bengali text reads, Jar opor ja kichu shab darye ache tai dharma, meaning that upon which everything stands is Dharma. In this logic, Dharma is a constant law of nature, as objective as the fire he described, and entirely separate from the labels of tribal identity. The disciples immediately spot a paradox. If there is only one true Dharma, how do we explain the radically different world religions? The guru notes that labels like Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, and Buddhism are technically incorrect when categorized as different dharmas. Instead, they are mat. They are specific methodologies and expressions of thought, all attempting to navigate towards the same destination. Think of the Supreme Being as a sun emitting a pure white beam. Look through a red crystal, and dogma colors the truth red. Slide in blue or green crystals, distinct colored beams appear, while the white source remains unchanged. The manuscript describes this as bhaved bibinota, a difference in expression. There is no actual conflict between the paths themselves. The absolute truth never changes its nature. It is solely the human lens that creates the appearance of division. The hostility drains from the three men. They lower their heads toward the guru, seeing the logic in the distinction between path and the source. They understand that these different paths share the same objective, the expansion of personal spiritual practice. True enlightenment comes from internal feeling and cultivating a divine connection, not from winning arguments over whose ritual is superior. The victory for any spiritual seeker is recognizing that unified truth woven through diverse worldly practices. This pattern of confusing the path with the destination continues to play out in modern headlines. When we mistake a mat for Dharma, the result is inevitable division. Sri Sri Thakur Anukulchandra codified this exact logic in his book Satyanusaran. Through this lens, the Hindu path is one manifestation of this singular truth. The Islamic path is another expression of devotion to that same supreme source. The Christian path echoes this sentiment, recognizing the reach of his glory across the earth. And the Buddhist path represents a disciplined search for that same ultimate enlightenment. Thakur Anukulchandra's message is that true religion awakens the divine feeling within us, rather than creating division between us. Look past the colored glasses. Joy Guru. Please subscribe for more insights.